TIFU by misunderstanding a party invite. My older daughter, R8F, was invited to and went to her bestie's birthday party tonight. My husband dropped her off on his way to work. My younger daughter, D5F, was upset she couldn't go because it was at one of her favorite places. We told her not to feel bad she wasn't invited, since the party was for R's friend. D was bummed, but with help from some games, she moved on. Per the invitation, the party was supposed to end at 7 p.m. I got there right on time to pick up R, with D in tow. Except the party wasn't over. They hadn't even cut the cake. No big deal. We didn't have anywhere to be. I told D to go see if she could get some cake, because there was plenty. They kindly gave her some. Eventually, R's bestie started passing out goodie bags. Each one had the guest's name written on it, and there was one for D. It was at this moment that I realized my double foo. The party wasn't actually planned to end at 7. And more importantly, D was invited the whole time. I think the confusion happened because we're your garden variety white Midwesterners, and bestie's family is recent African immigrants. I guess there are just different cultural norms for birthday parties than we're used to. Thankfully, D is too young to understand the implications of the personalized goodie bag. If she had known, it would have been public meltdown city. But because we got there at the written end time, aka not actually the end of the party, D got the cake, all the treats handed out after the cake, and her goodie bag, which all felt like a bonus to her. To me too, honestly, because it was so kind of them to include her. R, my husband, and I have all agreed to not tell D what happened. We got off easy this time. And next time, we'll know to clarify. TLDR misinterpreted a kid's party invitation and accidentally excluded one of my kids from a party she was invited to. I once made the terrible mistake of showing up at an Ghanaian house party at the invited start time. The hosts were surprised and one was still in the shower. We spent the next hour helping set everything up and getting ready for everyone else to come. Great party though, and the food was amazing. Friend from my parents' work invited us to their daughter's wedding face to face. I am in the same age group as the daughter. The guy looked at me and told us to be there. I am like, cool. Haven't been to a wedding for a long time. My folks were like, nah, they just said it to be nice. It's only meant for them since it's just work colleague. Sure, okay. I wouldn't know. Cue them sitting at a table with both me and my older sibling's chair empty. They were like, WTF. We visited each other's house and went on do stuffs lol. For some reason I still get pissed off about it. Pre-corona I put together somewhat extravagant birthday parties for my kids, both under 10 at the time. Invite specifically said siblings welcome. Unless it was written on the invite, I wouldn't have brought the sibling either. I didn't label our thank you bags as we had between 20-40 guests all inclusive depending on my kid. I invited their entire current school class and particular friends from the neighborhood. After care in previous classes. You are fine. Is it possible they had an extra bag and just wrote her name on it when she showed up? Australian here. Most of my kids' friends will have an invite saying siblings welcome if they want them coming. If they don't, most of them will still do party bags to take for the sibling anyway. It's a nice touch, imho. I don't know if it's an Aussie thing, but I always do up extra lolly bags for siblings when giving them out when kids get picked up. I always check with the parents if it's okay for the siblings to take one too, and if so, offer them. The personalization though is another level up. Maybe they quickly wrote her name on one when y'all arrived. It's normal to think that 8-year-olds might not have wanted to hang with a 5-year-old. I went to an impromptu barbecue recently. 6:30 p.m. start, and agreed to bring along chips and nibbles. I arrived at 6:40 p.m. and they were serving the main meal. Steaks and sausages. Off the barbecue. Sometimes you just have to go with the flow. That's so sweet that they included her. It's nice to read an actual TIFU and not some sexual fantasy write-up. Maybe your original assumption was correct. Perhaps they had an extra bag and put her name on it when they realized she was there. What a gracious learning. Remember this for ours balloon party. I was invited to a party today. 1 p.m. I show up 1:30 p.m. Host was still sleeping. Guests started showing up around 4 p.m. Food was ready at 4:30 p.m. and I had an allergic reaction to something in the area. I don't seem to learn my lesson that party times are just statements lol. Get there a couple hours later. D. Went to a Nigerian wedding that was supposed to start at 2. 4:30 rolls around and only like half the guests have showed up and the bride was on her way to the venue. Isn't it wonderful that, depending on where you grew up, you have an entirely different concept of time? Some cultures are so laid back it's just great you arrived. Some cultures say 9 o'clock start and you're supposed to be there 10 minutes early. For others 45 minutes after is accepted. I wish I had a more relaxed relationship with time. I have an appointment on Wednesday 9:45 and you better believe I am already worried about being prepared 3 days prior. Oh, this is sweet and wholesome. Just don't tell her you messed up. She was little, she doesn't realize it. The invitation should have been more clear. I like it if the parent mentions they'll bring the sibling. In saying that, I also make up some extra party bags. Have extra plates etc. just in case extras come. I don't mind the extra but wouldn't be ready for every person to bring an extra. D. Something different happened at one of my sister's birthdays. In Germany it's not common to bring siblings. We had a tight budget and invited only like 5 or 6 kids. I don't remember exactly. And one of the girls just came with her sibling. The party was at a place where you pay an entrance fee. 20 euros per child. And then for food and drinks, you'll pay extra inside. We, of course, didn't exclude the sibling, but it was a pretty difficult situation. My parents and I just ended up not getting any food for us. What a nice story.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Haircast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.